Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. This is going to be another unboxing video. I'm going to show 3 packages that came. 1, 2, and there's a big one. This is a really big one. A really big one. So these all arrived, and I figured I'd show you what I got. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. There should be some really cool slabs and some cool keys that are in this video. So stay tuned. I'll open them up and show you what's inside. Okay, so I got everything out of the boxes. It was a bit of a challenge. They always like wrap and double wrap and bubble wrap and put little chips, and it's just always the craziness of the whole thing. I'm not sure if you want to see that in the video. Tell me in the comments below if you want to see me going through, like, if you want to see me like slicing myself up, trying to like open up these boxes, or do you just want to see the comics? You tell me what you want to see. Put that in the comments below. But I wanted to save you some time so you can see just the comics. So the first one is in a Gemini Mailer, and I'm going to just open it, show you what's inside. And this one's a really major key. Like, believe it or not, this is a comic. I paid a lot for this one. Yeah, so this is Captain Marvel Adventures number 22. Now this is in pretty rough shape, actually. I'm a little bit disappointed by the condition, but it's still, you know, maybe a VG, maybe a 4.0, maybe a 4.0. So yeah, so or 4.5, maybe a little bit better. So yeah, so it's a pretty low grade. But Captain Marvel Adventures 22 is the very first kind of cameo appearance of Mr. Mind. And Mr. Mind is like, he was actually in the Shazam movie. He's a little worm or caterpillar creature. So he's actually a major character, and they had a whole series of stories, like arc, that related to Mr. Mind. And this was the very first one where you could just hear his voice. And he has sort of like this caption where he's talking about how he's going to destroy Captain Marvel. And he's going to create this league of evil, you know, heroes that are, well, not heroes, but bad guys, to basically go up against Captain Marvel. And it was a very kind of revolutionary idea that, you know, a team of, like, you know, bad guys were going to team up and work together to fight the main good guy. So, you know, it was kind of revolutionary at the time. So this is kind of a major key. There is some potential that the next Shazam movie will feature this character, because he is kind of, I guess, Captain Marvel's kind of maybe first or second. Is kind of debatable who's bigger, you know, bigger villain for Captain Marvel, but definitely in the top 2. So it's very likely that he'll be in one of the Captain or Shazam movies. So yeah, so I'm really quite happy to get this major key. Another one that arrived in the other small package was this one. This is a Silver Age Wonder Woman. This is Wonder Woman 139. It's like a G to VG comic. It's, you know, got a chip out of the corner. It's a little rough, but it's, you know, it's still Silver Age Wonder Woman, and it's kind of a cool cover. Like, I like the whole, you know, her fighting against a big missile with a death missile or something. It's a kind of cool cover. So that's that one. Next, I'm going to show you some slabs. So a bunch of slabs came. And this one is kind of a cool one. So this is New Gods number 2. Maybe I'll take it out of the plastic so you can see it a bit better. New Gods number 2. And this is the first cover appearance. Does it actually say that? Yeah, it says partial cover appearance of Darkseid. So this is when, you know, the very first appearance of Darkseid on cover. He made his first full appearance in Forever People number 1. And so this is his first cover appearance, New Gods number 2. So this is a book that's currently kind of heating up as the Snyder Cut Justice League is about to come out. So that's going to feature Darkseid prominently. So this book is kind of heating up as a result. So that's kind of a cool kind of semi-first appearance. I don't know. It's his first cover. And the next one is a really cool one. This is, for those people who like comics, or cartoons, I should say, this is Dennis the Menace, #1. Now, when I was a kid, we would get like the newspaper, like this shows you how old I am. We'd get the newspaper, and on like the Saturday, Sunday edition would always have the comics, the cartoons, like, it would be like a pullout where you could read the cartoons. And I'd always read Dennis the Menace. He'd always have like these things where he goes through the house and it's like the footsteps, you follow the footsteps to see where Dennis the Menace had gone and stuff like that. It was family circle, right? And, I was a big fan of Dennis the Menace as a kid. So this is a conserved grade, and I might do a video about conserved grades. And this is his first appearance. So I'll read what it says. First comic appearance of Dennis the Menace, Mr. and Mrs. Mitchell, Ralph, which is the dog, and Mr. and Mrs. Wilson. So it's the first appearance of all the major characters of Dennis the Menace. This is Dennis the Menace #1. So, kind of a cool comic. I liked it. So that's Dennis the Menace #1. And those conserved grades are kind of a little bit weird how they work. It's a little different than restored. It's still a restoration, but it's done in a way that is trying to protect the comic. So I guess it's like a high-level restoration. So here's another comic that arrived in the slab. This is iZombie #1. Now, iZombie is not a major series or anything. It's just it's a cool TV show. And I mentioned this in some other videos where I got her first appearance, which is in House of Mystery Annual #2. And so it's just kind of a cool TV series. And this is the first comic that was a solo story about that series. So, not an expensive book. This is like a $30 book in slab. So that just shows you how inexpensive it is. It's not like a major key or anything like that. And the last bundle is this one. So you can see you got to kind of slice a little bit more. And okay, how do I get this one? Okay, so okay, so there's a bunch of comics that arrived here. Prices. Okay, so I'm a big fan of Warren Publishing, and if you're not familiar with Warren Publishing, they produce comics like Vampirella, Creepy, Eerie, Famous Monsters, and they went out of production in the early 80s, like 1983, I think was the last time that they produced magazines. And, the original Vampirellas were all in these magazine formats. The reason they did it in the magazine format was they weren't subject to the Comic Code Authority by having it in a magazine, because magazines were considered something that could be targeted towards adults. And after they went out of business, there were several companies that tried to bring back a lot of the classic horror stories that they were telling in Warren Publishing. And recently, Dark Horse sort of did their own version, where they got the rights to do Creepy and Eerie. So this is within that. This is Creepy #17. So these ones are actually becoming kind of hot, just so you know, because a lot of the old EC horror is becoming really popular, a lot of people are looking at modern horror as well. And these ones actually feature a lot of the really classic artists and writers. So it's kind of cool that these are, kind of the modern version of the old EC stuff. And this is another one that, this is just a pure spec. I was expecting Wonder Man to appear in the one series, but he never did. He never made an appearance. And I thought, well, maybe he might make an appearance. And this is I believe this is the first series, #1. So this is the first Wonder Man series. So it was kind of a spec. One of those ones where you can pick it up for a couple bucks. It's not a pricey book. And I just thought, hey, why not? This is Creepy #16. You can see the kind of cool, almost reminds me of Vertigo kind of style covers, but it's also kind of got that classic horror style as well. So that's Creepy #16. Creepy #18. And this is like, shows a lot of the major kind of characters within the creepy and eerie genre. This is Cousin Eerie. I believe that's Cousin Eerie. And this is Uncle Creepy right here. He's sort of like the crypt teller of the series. The crypt keeper, I should say. So yeah. And it's like, actually looks like different versions of the same characters. But yeah, this is kind of a cool cover. Okay, so I like that one. Creepy #18. And we got Creepy #13, like the severed heads. This is Uncle Creepy on the cover. And yeah, so it's Creepy 13, a nice lucky number. And Creepy 14. So a murder of killer crows. Kind of cool. And this is Avengers. So it's a pretty mixed bag in here. So this is Avengers number 54. This is the first appearance of the new Masters of Evil. So it's kind of a cool, maybe a cool supervillain group that might appear in one of the movies. I don't know. But I like first appearances. So this is Creepy #11. Somewhat reminds me of Star Wars a bit with Chewbacca or something, or Beauty and the Beast maybe. So yeah, so Creepy #11. And Creepy #4. Creepy #8. And this is the one shot of Wonder Man. Again, a very inexpensive book. Like I think I paid $3 for it. And this is Wonder Man #1, one shot. So again, was specking on that character a little bit. Didn't pan out, but you never know. He might come back. And then Creepy #9. And the last one is kind of a interesting one. I just thought it was kind of interesting. This is actually a pretty hot book. Is Super Mario #1. And this is the first comic appearance of Super Mario. So with games kind of like, I was amazed by how much people are willing to pay for game-related comics. Not comics, but also the games themselves. Like it's becoming a big, collectible right now, these games in pristine condition. So a lot of these comics that are related to the games are becoming hot as well. So this is actually a comic that's becoming a bit hot. I think I paid $30 for it. It's, it is kind of a cool first appearance. So it's Super Mario first appearance. I remember when I got my first Nintendo, this was the game that I played. Not Super Mario 3, but Super Mario, the very first Super Mario. So yeah, it's kind of cool. So yeah, so that was the unboxing. Some cool things, a little bit of Golden Age, a little bit of Silver, and some modern horror, and some other various specs that I put in there as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please check out my other unboxing videos and my other videos in general. There's lots of great content to check out. And please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.